Hi, Joy, and welcome to another episode of Joy's Live Lessons. Today, I will be talking about how a physics question taught me not to focus on pain. Before I continue, please subscribe after watching this. Also, share this so that others can get to watch. Comments, so leave a comment, leave what you've learned or maybe contributions so I will learn something new and others too can learn. So back to my talk. I was in secondary school and I think it was SS2. We had this physics class. I remember the physics teacher was a very interesting man, but this is not about him. So it's about the question he asked. I think that day we were learning either on heat or on conduction or metals. I do not know, but something related to all these I've mentioned. And he asked a question. He said, if you put water in a stainless cup, and I think he had it on the table there, and you put water in a rubber cup, which of these water quantities will get cool faster? And I don't know if you've had that encounter where that stainless cup that is slim, about this high, and has no handle. So if you put something in, you have to pick it like this. I don't know if you ever made the mistake of picking up that cup when it's filled with hot water. If you did, it's either you flung it away or you dropped it so quickly and hated yourself at that moment. So I think that was the picture all of us had. I mean, I and my fellow students, because all of us gave a wrong answer. All of us crossed that rubber cup, the water in the rubber cup gets cool faster. I remember seeing the look of disbelief and maybe anger on the teacher's face. He couldn't understand what is wrong with your brain. And when he got to explain that because the stainless cup is made of metal, the heat will be conducted out of the water faster than that of the rubber cup, which is an insulating material rather. So when he explained it, we finally understood. But at that point we were answering, I strongly believe all of us were focusing on the pain that comes from lifting that cup when it's filled with hot water. And that is the one of the things that happen when you focus on pain. You give wrong answers, you make wrong decisions, as my second story is going to tell you. So I was between jobs or out of job, and I was speaking to a friend about it, so trying to pick his brain to get to know my options and what I could go to. So he said, okay, aside writing, what do I love to do? So I told him, and he gave a suggestion. How about I take a course on that, and when I'm done with the course, I would also maybe work on my CV, get it up to date, submit it, and hopefully get called for an interview and maybe get a job. And usually good jobs in Lagos are usually believed to be on the island. So I don't know if you've ever been on a Lagos traffic. The mere thought of going from the island to the mainland or from mainland to the island, depending on the time when the traffic is bound to be on, you can have an increase in blood pressure at just thinking of it, of how you get stuck on the road for hours. So my previous job had seen me on such traffic situations and I hated it. So immediately he gave me this option and we went step by step on how it could be. All I could think of was that traffic, and immediately I said no, that option is out. And he was like, he didn't understand. So I had to explain to him that traffic, I don't have time for it, I do not want to be part of it. And he said I shouldn't make that decision based on my past experience or on what I'm looking at now. So he had to break it down. That told me, okay, give me options. Now what if the job I got pay so well, I cannot afford a house on the island? Or what if the company I get to work for have these accommodation um, plans for people who live far away, and maybe he just brought up options that I never thought of, and I found out, oh, it's not so bad after all. My point is, because I focused on the pain of the traffic and the pain of the cop, I told him a no, and I gave a wrong answer. Yes, I'm focusing on pain. Now, focusing on pain makes us, we do not get the whole picture. We are not aware of what actually is. We are just focusing on that pain, just dead. I just want to get rid of it. Sometimes we are afraid of pain. We are so scared of it, even if it's not going on. Maybe the thought of it, the remembrance of it, or actually even if when we are going through it, we make the wrong decisions because of pain. And the only way I think we can battle this is to focus on the positives. People say no pain, no gain. And why not everybody will agree with this? It is true most of the time. Understand? Most of the time, when you're batting a new life into the world, the pain, according to mothers, is something else. When an entrepreneur is trying to bring up a solution, a creative solution, the sleepless nights, the days of being broke, the no's you get, the mistakes you make, the failures you encounter, all those things are pains. And also, if a lover gets heartbroken, there's a tendency you will be scared of love. All these things happen, they are painful, but if they all focus on just the pains, the lover won't find love again. The entrepreneur will not bring up the solution that could make him a good money, and the mother won't have the children she wants to have. She won't get to experience over and again that bonding that comes, that love that comes from bonding with your child. Now, pain has its uses. Pain has its uses, as I've learned. One thing I learned about pain is that pain is a sign that there's something wrong. Anytime I get a headache, I ask myself what's wrong, because it's not normal. It's either I've not worn my glasses for a long time, or I've not eaten, or I need to get hydrated, or something. Headache usually a sign that something is wrong, and the same thing for other kinds of pain. It's a sign that something is wrong. Secondly, pain is usually a way to make lessons stick. I don't know if you've noticed, lessons that we learn through pain, they stick stronger. They are there. Before you forget them, it takes a while. You remember this and it sticks because of it came through pain. But those we learn through pleasure, we may forget them because there are other pleasurable things. So pleasure is one thing that you can get from different places at different heights. You get. So that's one thing about pain. Pain also teaches us. It's also a learning process for us. And thirdly, pain is a sign that we are alive. Pain is something that reminds you are alive. You get, if you've ever I had one accident a time ago, and my skin was dead because I had a cut, and there was a flap of skin out, and that flap was dead. So I had to wait for my father to come back from the office to show him. And so by then, as I said, the skin was already dead. The bleeding has stopped, but that flap was dead. So my skin was the wound was opened. My father took me to the hospital, and I remember that they told my father, okay, I needed to get a stitch, and they needed to cut off that flap of skin. I thought there'll be a pain while cutting the flap with the scissors, but I watched them and I felt nothing because it was already dead. And that's what happens when you don't feel pain. There's something dead. You understand? The same way, if you're indifferent about somebody, the person is most likely dead to you. You understand? If you hate somebody, you are aware that the person is alive. The same way with pain. Yes, it may cause you pain, but it is still there. It shows that there's still a chance many times. But if it doesn't cause you pain, if you feel nothing, if your leg, somebody hits it and you don't feel a thing, there's a problem. You should feel that somebody hit your leg. And the same way, if something is not painful, maybe there's no worth in it. You understand? Maybe if the process you're going through, you don't have some painful memories, some painful instances or aspects of it, maybe the lessons you should learn won't stick. And maybe if you don't feel pain, there's no need to go through it. I'm not saying we should look for pain, but I'm just saying that life has taught that the things that take effort, take pain, take struggle tend to be more profitable. So if we focus on the profits to come with the pain, what we tend to gain, what we stand to give birth to, what we stand to create when we are going through pain, maybe we will feel better. Maybe we will make the right decisions if we focus on what the pain is telling us. Focus on what we should focus on. That's the positives. We will less than we'll have less tendency to make the wrong decisions or give wrong answers to questions. But I just think pain is something that we shouldn't focus on. We should focus instead on the gain, focus on the positives, focus on the new child coming, focus on the solution you're creating, focus on the experience of finding a new love, focus on all the other good things, what you stand to gain, focus on the crown, focus on the money for the entrepreneur, focus on the solution, focus on just the outcome of the pain. It's a journey, it's a painful process, yes, many times, but focus on the harvest, focus on what will come out of it, focus on the gain. So I hope that you won't be like I was and my other students we were when we were answering the questions and shouting that the rubber cup will lose, the water in the rubber cup will lose its heat faster, just because we were thinking of the pain associated with that hot water in the stainless cup. So that is just all I have for you today, and I hope you share this. I hope you learned something. I'd love to see your comments on what you learned. I hope you also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being there. I'll see you next time with another lesson. Bye.